Hello, welcome to Encore. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rochelle Harrison-Pless. Coming up on today's music show. A groove-filled fusion of funk, soul and jazz with an undeniable French touch. Electro Deluxe are currently on tour following the release of their latest album, Circle, last year. Lead singer James and saxophonist Thomas join me in the studio today. Thomas and James from Electro Deluxe, thanks so much for being here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Now, the band's name, Electro Deluxe, there's not a lot of electro going on. It's live instruments. So tell us about this smorgasbord of musical styles.
Well, at the beginning, in the early 2000s when we started, we did have elements of electronic music in our sound, small elements. As we've grown older, our music has become more organic. But as a lot of people who named their kids weird names in the 60s have come to find out, you can't change the kid's name after they become teenagers, so we're kind of stuck with the name.
It's a brand, you have to stick with it. Well, for those not familiar with your sound, let's take a quick listen to Circle of Life.
Broken heart, the one you left behind. Your beating heart, you bring hope to this life from the darkness. Branches die and get buried under the snow. June comes and melts the heart, so flowers will grow.
Now, Thomas, how important was it to have a native Anglophone singer for a funk soul outfit?
It is so important because for the musicians like us who love this kind of music, I mean soul music, jazz music, funk music, we have in France what we call the complex of the cornflakes. We don't want to sing funk in French. So now we have James with us. It's like we play the right words on the right music.
And so, James, you would never sing in French, funk music in French? Would it work out?
I wouldn't sing in French in general. No, this is soul music. It comes from our soul. And from my soul, I speak English, my mother tongue.
That's fair enough. Now, obviously, you're a French band, but with an American singer. Are there challenges associated with that? Perhaps cultural barriers you have to work through in the studio or during the songwriting process?
Of course.
Tell us more.
I'd prefer not to, because I'd like to stay in the band a little longer. No, honestly, this is my first musical experience. So we write everything as 5 musicians. And every single bar has to pass a veto from all 5 of us. So sometimes it's a bit of a manipulation, negotiation process, which, you know, can be quite Latin at times, we might say.
What does that mean, James?
Well, you live here, I don't have it. No, it's just sometimes things aren't said or understood, and which makes it interesting, because you have to trust each other.
Right.
You really have to trust each other, because there are barriers with the language and with the culture. So you have to trust that everyone's in for the right reasons.
Okay. Well, Electro Deluxe has been together now for more than 15 years. And James, you've been in the band for 7 or 8 of those, I believe. Yeah. How do you look back on the band's evolution? I mean, you spoke briefly about it a little earlier. But
the band has an evolution at the members of the band. I mean, we don't listen to the same music we listen in 2001 today. So that's why our music changed a lot. But for us, it's very normal. You know, we have to grow up. We have to change our music because our tastes are changing.
And we benefit as well from being completely an independent operation. We don't have a major label who's telling us that we need to make the same type of music every time. So we go into the studio and make completely different music on every album. pretty much. And over 15 years, our fans have stuck with us. And that's what's important, is that we still have those people from the beginning, and that we're bringing more and more people
Getting new fans as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day.
Now, your music is obviously based on the funk and soul styles that originate from the United States. How would you describe the funk music scene in France, Thomas?
Funk music scene in France, there is some very good bands. Since the 80s or the 90s. But today, you know, with the new way to play music live, with laptops and everything, maybe the music lost a bit of our soul. And we think that it's very important to play music live with real people, real instruments. We are sweating, playing live. This is important for us.
It's more organic. It's raw, isn't
sincere.
it?
We try to be sincere. That's
okay. So how does it feel to be flying the flag then for French funk?
How does it feel?
We don't really have a cause. If you say that we're flying a flag for French funk, or we're flying it for jazz scene in France, or even the pop scene, we're just happy that people are catching on to our music, and that they feel something. You know, that they come to our shows, like he said, they see us sweat, they see us work, they see us scream and dance around, and they get into it, and they feel something, which sometimes is needed, especially today, I think.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Now, you've performed with a variety of artists, from C2C to Nina Attal. Who would you like to work with next? Who would your dream collaboration be with? Both of you can answer
Well,
this.
we heard that TLC was coming back together, and we'd really like to work with them.
Yes.
So just
it's a request.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said
No,
that.
you're fine. TLC, no, but in all seriousness.
In all seriousness, it could be anyone. I guess a dream of ours would have been to work with Prince, first and foremost.
Yeah.
We missed our chance, so I don't know. I hope there's artists out there that want to work with us, actually.
I'm sure there are, James. I'm sure there are. Now, I know you guys are fans of hip-hop, having worked with US rapper Beat Assailant. Well, for all the b-boys and fly girls out there, the Paris Hip-Hop Festival is in full swing, celebrating hip-hop culture with a string of concerts, dance demos, graffiti displays, films, conferences and masterclasses. Now, in its 12th year, for the first time ever, the festival will go out with a bang with a massive open-air closing party featuring 10 hours of live performances and DJ sets. Headlining will be legendary French hip-hop DJ Cut Killer and French rap icon Joey Starr. Well, I spoke to Cut Killer about his role at this year's festival.
My role is to be the godfather, to shine some light on this festival that's been around for the last 12 years. When they called me to take part, I said I didn't just want to be a symbolic godfather, but I wanted to help with the organization, the artists, and to discover how the festival works.
Now, in other music news this week, superstar producer Calvin Harris releases a new album featuring a star-studded lineup and more than one contender for Song of the Summer. Funk Wave Bouncers Volume 1 reads like a roll call of music's A-list, from Frank Ocean and Pharrell Williams to Katy Perry, Ariana Grande and John Legend. The laid-back disco funk vibe is a departure from the high-energy dance beats that catapulted Harris to fame. Let's take a quick listen to the track, Feels.
1 minute you're here and the next you go. So I expect you to take it slow. I need a mental receipt to know this moment I owe. Do you mind if I steal a kiss? A little souvenir. Can I steal it from you? To memorize the way you shock me, the way you move here.
I saw, James, you were feeling that song, Feels. It was a good tune.
Feeling it.
Now, finally, we can hear the 70s funk and soul influences in your music, but are you guys fans of the 90s?
Of course we are.
Of course.
Yeah,
what are some of your favorite 90s musical memories?
Well, you had... And
I
Vogue.
love En Vogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, En Vogue.
Wonderful girl group.
Yeah.
Oh my God, please.
Saw them not so long ago here in Paris.
Yes.
Fantastic. Great show.
All that dance music from
Blackstreet.
Yeah,
Blackstreet. So some of the
whole
New Jack
sound
New Jack
came out
swing.
as well.
Well, me too. I have to say I'm a huge fan. Well, get ready for some 90s R&B nostalgia. Groundbreaking girl group TLC are back with new music. The pioneering trio carried on as a duo after Lisa Left Eye Lopez passed away in 2002. Their self-titled independent release is their first album in 15 years and comes after a crowdfunding campaign raked in more than $400,000. The lead single, Way Back, features Snoop Dogg, but will leave you with a clip of their latest track, Haters. Thanks again to James and Thomas from Electro Deluxe for being here. Get your hands on the band's album Circle and catch them on tour in France and across Europe. For more arts and culture news, head to our website and connect with us on social media. Stay with us here on France 24. Lots more coming up after this.
Those opinions gonna make you fake. Go on and brush it off, it's just that way. Only thing that matters that you need to know, you'll only find it in your heart and soul.